Over the past decade, there has been a serious decline in the use of black models in the fashion industry. Some prominent people are speaking out about it. Yago Monique has the story.
Now, celebrities are driving sales, and so
but that's on magazine covers. We're talking about the girl on the runway. We're talking about the girl in the editorial.
So my point is, I believe that in part, when the models look the same, they are somewhat hangers. They're hangers for celebrities to look and see, oh, or stylists to look and say, oh, this is great.
So they identify to the dress and not to them.
It is a thought.
Are these decisions pushed by economics? Is it that we don't want the supermodels anymore who won't get out of bed for $10,000? That we want a scale so that all the models are paid a certain amount of money, and if they're all generic and they don't have personalities, we save money, and the people who suffer, of course, would be the minorities because they stand out.
It's not the economics that's affecting the design decisions. It is corporate and commerce driven. That is true. And it's changed the whole feed because houses are being bought by big corporations. It is something that I know as I work in design and I come from designers, and I know that the one thing we all loved and wanted was to have our girls look like illustrations. That's very true. And you know, that's what you would wish. It's just so happened that when the Eastern Bloc wall went down, and they can have the opportunity to go to search and find models that would come out of Eastern Europe and they could find them, those girls are there. That's what has changed one thing, for the thinking of that. The girl, you know, you could say all you want. I know you believe it and you're in it when they're doing it, and I know you're right, maybe, but in my head, I don't believe it. That the fashion designer really cares about the model, because I don't see it. You see, when I see, I really mean it. I know when you select them, say, yeah, this is Mary, you like her, whoever, that may happen. But what really doesn't happen is that there's no more the relationship between the designer and the model.
We spoke with Iman and some of the panelists and got their gut reaction.
Why did you get so offensive, and where did that comment come from?
Because don't look like a white woman dipped in chocolate. I look very African Somali.
No, you do, but I'm saying, like, where is that comment derived from? Where do you think it came from? It's really racist.
Actually, that comment was written in Essence magazine when I arrived.
What do you think is going to take place after this meeting?
Hopefully, we'll talk to the CFDA, and the CFDA, which is the Council of Fashion of Designers of America, they will make a decision and make the designers maybe put some models, hopefully in January.
So you really do think that it can be changed and it's more than just a trend?
If I didn't believe change could come, I would not be here.
When I said that, it's like there's a lack of culture, period. It's very one-noted.
Beth-Ann, I want to know, what made you start all of this?
Some very important people in the fashion industry kept coming to me, and one of them was who I spoke out to about Eric tonight, Eric Satori, who's a French designer. And it was blacks, whites, Asian, it was blacks and whites between. It didn't, it was different people. And then last year, Andre Leontali and Naomi Campbell came to me and they said, it was a year and a half ago, they said, Beth-Ann, you've got to do something. But it had been being said to me for over a decade.
Basically, they're calling it the blackout, the lack of black models in the fashion industry, on the runway, and the editorials and advertisement. And you are to see more of this on Zinc TV.